Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are bringing back our Swords of Forge and Frontier and playing a Naya green, red, white equipment deck. So this is a deck that is based around playing powerful equipments and attaching them to creatures for whom equipment matter, for the most part. So the equipments that we have in the deck are, as mentioned, the 4 copies of Sword of Forge and Frontier, which is the new Mirren sword from Phyrexia All Will Be One. So that's the red-green sword that also lets you exile the top 2 cards of your library, play those cards, and play an additional land this turn when the creature that's equipped with it hits your opponent. In terms of our other equipments, some of these you will have seen before. So we have Shadow Spear, which gives the creature +1/+1 trample and lifelink. We have 1 Lion Sash, which can reconfigure into an equipment, but also act as a graveyard interaction as well. We have 2 Maul of the Skyclaves, which is an equipment that gives +2/+2 flying and first strike, and can equip to a creature when it enters the battlefield. And we also have 1 copy of Embercleave, which everyone will have seen before, just one of the most powerful equipments that's ever been printed. Comes into play for reduced mana cost when you're attacking, and can also equip to a creature, and gives it +1/+1 double strike and trample. And so the creatures we're playing around them are, we have the full 8 copy of the 1 mana elves. We have 4 Fervent Champions, rather, which is a 1/1 with first strike and haste. When it attacks, another target attacking knight you control gets +1/+0, and equip abilities you activate that target Fervent Champion cost 3 less to activate. So you can attach the sword for free, the Shadow Spear for free, Maul of the Skyclaves for just 2 white, Embercleave for free. So it's just a very good way of efficiently moving equipment around. Then we have 3 copies of Kemba, which is a new cat from Phyrexia, and whenever it enters the battlefield under your control or another cat, you can attach up to 1 target equipment you control to that creature. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1, and it can also create cat tokens itself. So it's got a lot going on there for an equipment theme. Then we've got 4 Bone Crusher Giants, just as a powerful interaction spell to begin with, and then a 4/3 creature that's always good when it's carrying equipment. So in terms of the other spells that we have around it, we have 4 copies of Fighter Class, which is the Equipment Matters class from the D&D set. So when it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for an equipment, put it into your hand. Generally, that's all you'll need to do with it, but if it goes a bit later in the game, you can pay 1 red-white to reduce the equip costs of equipments, and then you can pay 3 red-white to ensure that a creature an opponent controls blocks a creature you control. Again, you're probably not going to use those other abilities very much. It's mainly the red-white ability that you want to use as a kind of very efficient tutor effect in this deck. 4 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, we've all seen this many times before, but just very powerful. 3 Rebel Salvo, which is a good removal spell here because it has affinity for equipment. So although it is 3 mana to do 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker, realistically it may well end up just costing you 1 or 2 mana if you have equipment on the battlefield, and is a good way of dealing with Shieldred and other bigger creatures that you can often struggle to remove with red removal. And then 1 copy of a Seeker's Chariot, just as a kind of good mid-range threat that can create cat tokens, get a bit of presence onto the board, and then start sort of duplicating those tokens as well. So that's the main deck. In terms of the lands, we've got 1 each of the Kamigawa utility lands in the colours that we're playing. So we've got 1 Iganjo, 1 Sokenzan, and 1 Boseiju. And then we have a combination of fast lands and shock lands in the rest of the mana base, because we basically want to ensure, given how low to the ground our curve is, that all of our lands have the ability to enter untapped, particularly if we're playing them sort of land 1, 2, or 3. So that's what we have here. And then in the sideboard, we have cards that you'll recognise from a lot of the videos. 3 copies of Rending Volley to deal with white and blue creatures. Another Lion Sash, just as additional graveyard interaction, and if we want another equipment like that to Rest in Peace to again interact with graveyards. Knight of Autumn, which can be good against Artifact or Enchantment Matters decks, and also if we need to gain some life. 2 copies of the Akroan War, which we've seen in other kind of red-green base decks, which can steal our opponent's creatures. one copy of the new Nahiri, which is an interesting addition to the deck. I'm interested to see how it plays. So that is a 4 or 3 mana Planeswalker that's completed, that can either force your opponent's creatures to attack, filter some cards, or it can create copies of your equipment and creature cards free from the graveyard. And then we have an additional copy of Embercleave, just to bring in if we need to be hyper aggressive, and then 2 copies of Vivian, which can not only generate creatures for our equipment, but also draw us into more creatures and sort of duplicate them when we play them with its minus ability. So that's the deck. It's not one that's seen a huge amount of play, I don't think, at the moment, but you know, the new sword is always exciting. I've been trying it out in a few things, and this has definitely been one of the better shells to build around. So yeah, let's jump onto the ladder, and let's see how the deck does against some of the meta. So we're still in gold at the moment, but we'll hopefully move up through to platinum relatively quickly. Deeply suspicious of anyone who plays Oko as their avatar. I don't love this hand, but I'm going to keep it. Opponent's mulliganed. Okay, that makes it significantly better. Spike field, yeah, some sort of Izzet deck, yes, yep. Creativity, perhaps. Okay, just cycling a shark. Let's see what they do next. Impulse, yep. So I think I'm happy to just stomp them here while they just have 1 mana open, which I suspect is for the Investigate card, though they may have a Spell Pierce, but I think I'm willing to risk running out the Fable at this point. Yep. Yep, Secrets of the Key, sure thing, so it's definitely creativity that they're playing. Okay, their shields are down again. So let's discard a couple of lands that we don't need. Let's play the Chariot. Okay, they have a Fable of their own, sure thing. Ooh, Maul is an interesting one. Okay. So let's Fervent Champion. Let's attempt to play Sword of Forge and Frontier. Let's equip the sword to our champion. Expect it's going to get removed from under it, but that's okay. Yep, just keep using your spells. The more they're not going off with their creativity, the better. Let's attack, copy our token. So, do they have what they need? Presumably yes, if they didn't discard any cards. Yep. They were about to creativity for 2, I would imagine. Yep. Which version? Okay, they're doing that version. Fine, good game. So, what do we have in this deck that can interact with the combo? Not much is the answer. The honest answer to that. Knight of Autumn destroys... Okay, let's bring that in. No, I think we're just going to have to be as aggressive as possible here. So let's do that. Let's take out... what are we taking out? Lion Sash doesn't do anything here. Rebel Salvo is a way of interacting with the combo. It's a bit slow. Let's take out 3 fighter classes. Yeah, let's do it like this. This isn't a great hand. No. That's better, kind of. So let's lose one of our many swords. See, I'd rather not use the Boseiju as a land, but not sure we have another choice if we don't draw another one. Nope. Sure thing. See, I played the Locust God combo on the channel a few days ago, and now we're seeing it everywhere. Not because of me, I should point out. It was already a thing. But yeah, certainly grown in popularity since the Pro Tour. So I assume we're about to die here, but there was nothing we could do, so... Yep. Rip. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we have another turn, not sure what we can actually do with it, but... Okie doke. So, let's lose the duplicate sword. Let's attach this one here. Our creature having protection from red is useful. Not sure how useful it's going to be. And our opponent seems to have gone in the tank thinking about it. So, what could we hit here that would be good? Something that destroys enchantments or artifacts. There's not much. We're basically dead to a creativity, whatever happens, I think. Because they either didn't have one last turn, or they just didn't have the right land. This decision it seems excessively long time taking to decide what to do here. Okay, let's see what we hit off the sword activation. I don't love it. Well, let's see what they decide to do. Although, I don't know if they're having connection problems, because they do seem to be, like, sort of there, but not really. I don't know. Oh no, they are here. Go for it. Do you have what you need? Oh, the tension's palpably bearable. Apparently not. Fair enough. Ugh. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Wow, hard casting a Shark Typhoon. That is a moment. Sure. I think we should probably win here, because we can just Ember Cleave. Yep. Okay, we got away with that one, despite having no interaction for their combo. So, what am I doing on the draw, apart from just sort of crying and hoping? Well, we've seen the Sharks, but I still don't think Rending Volley is very good. Do we take the Crowan War, try and steal something? But again, I'm not that interested in stealing any of their creatures. Fighter class, sure. Nahiri. Still doesn't really interact. No, I think we just run it back and hope for the best. Well, it's not great, but it's probably as good as we're going to get without any interaction, so... Sure thing. Ooh. Yeah, this might be a problem. I do not feel great about this matchup, and if I don't feel great about this matchup, I don't think this deck may not be one that's going to go any distance, but I don't know. I'm going to make this sword work somehow. Okay, I see your elf removal, and I raise you 2 more elves. So, so we can play Chariot almost certainly into a counterspell, so I think I'm fine just losing one of our Fables to a counterspell. No? Okay, fair enough. In which case, feel the wrath of my single elf. Why didn't they target the one that was attacking? Oh well. You do you. Okay, we are potentially facing down some pretty lethal moves in a moment, so in anticipation of that, let's just play as if they don't have it. Okay, they don't have it. I don't love trying to do this here, but let's try and land the chariot. Hold. We held. Okay, we've got another turn. I'm doing this because I want to make them counter it. Bait them into countering it and not using their combo. That might be silly. It's probably silly. Oh well, let's do them as much damage as we can. And just hope. No creativity one time. Go on. You know you don't want to have it. Having it would be boring. Surely you want a far more interesting game where you just get hit to death by cats. They don't have it. They just have the Sage. Excellent. Did they just draw that? Because if they did, that's very funny. If they have creativity in their hand and they just drew the Sage, that is very funny. I'm not minded to find out. Okay. So they have neither creativity and they've lost one of the bits of their combo. And they're on 1 life. So it could be worse. There you are. Okay, I really didn't think we stood a chance there. So always keep going, even if it doesn't look great. Yeah. Well done. Well done, deck. You did well. I was impressed. Let's try again. Yeah, this is a pretty neat hand. Okay, so some sort of Rakdos deck. So let's fight a class. Fetch the Sword of Forged Frontier. Let's play Sword. Sure. Okay, let's kill their Fable token. Play Elf. Ah, Croxer. Interesting, okay. Well, I say interesting, it's not that interesting. Shields down. Play the Bone Crusher Giant. Thank you. Ooh, that's fun. Let's equip that for free. Go. Oh, ooh. Ooh, that's the stuff. That is a pretty fruity hit from our sword there. I am a big fan. Okay. Okay, let's salvo down their reflection of Kiki Jiki. Let's Maul of the Skyclaves. Ooh, ooh, ah, nah. Okay, that was a silly mistake. Okay, let's pretend that never happened. I always forget that this is actually a vehicle. I just assume it sits there and draws cards. You never see anyone actually crew it. Okay, but they are dead now. Because I'm going to stick the Sword of Forge and Frontier on here and kill them. Now, let us never speak of that mistake again. Right, Rakdos. So the Akroan War to steal their Shieldreds. Rest in peace against their Croxers. Night of Autumn against their Fables. And what are we taking out? I don't think any of... Oh, actually, we'll put in the other Lion Sash as well as targeted Graveyard Hate. And what are we taking out? I think we can take out... This is interesting, actually. So how many lands do we run? 20. I'm going to take out 4 of the elves. I think we're going to become a more controlling deck. I don't actually love Kemba here either. It's just a bit too vulnerable to one-to-one removals. Let's take that out. Shadow Sphere? No. No. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it like this. I like Fighter class because it can go and fetch Forge and Frontier, which is generally pretty good against their deck. They do have black interactive spells, but most of their creatures are at least red, so yeah, I don't hate it. You know, it's going to be a tough deck to... I mean, this would be a good hand if, you know, land. That's also not a good hand, but I don't think we can throw this one away, so let's keep it, get rid of the Fighter class, and just hope. Let's play Rest in Peace. A couple of times now I've been playing this deck where I've been slightly unenamored by the amount of red mana. Now that may just be coincidence and the risks of playing a 3-color deck, but yeah, this is not going well. It's a very low to the ground curve is the thing, and really requires all three colours to be good. White less so, but it does require red and green. Okay, I'll see what we draw here, but I think we are, yep, pretty much done. That was very dull, so let's go to game 3. What do we... let's put in Embercleave. Let's take out a Lion Sash. Yep. Hope for a just slightly better hand. Ish. Good draw. Okay, our opponent's not off to a particularly quick start, so we might have some time here. Yeah, what are they up to? Okay. Interesting time to do your drawing, but you do you. No, I'm happy to get rid of Rest in Peace here. I think we are past the point now where we're going to be able to care about that. So let's grab a Sword of Forged Frontier, because we're going to need to catch up some mana loss. Okay. Do your worst. By which I, of course, mean please don't hurt me. Shieldred would be delightful here. I have an excellent play if they play Shieldred. But unfortunately, you know what's in our hand. Okay, let's play another champion. Let's play Sword of Forged Frontier. Kill it out from under it, I'll just target the other one. Yep, no, they should have waited for us to attack before they used the kill spell there. That was a mistake. So we get the sword trigger. Okay, we are in a pretty commanding position here. But it's Rakdos, so you never want to count your chickens quite yet. Excellent. Good game. Good game. Okay, let's do one more match. We are on a bit of a roll here. Let's see if we can keep it going. I definitely did put land in this deck. Okay. What do we take out here? Probably the... I don't want to ditch a land, but I like all of these as well. Instant regret, but let's try it. Forever punished. Okay, is this another creativity deck? Who's to say? The answer is yes. Oh, so creative. Okay, let's Fable. Lesson here, should have kept the land. It's fine. We will live and learn. And the lesson to learn is know what's on the top of your deck. Show off. Discard here and here. I see. Okay. Right, let's Rebel Salvo away their reflection. Attack for 1. Generally get annoyed. Yes, good, good. Lots of land. Good, good. Right. Okay. Good. Oh well, let's sideboard the same way we did last time, with little to no confidence of it actually working. Yeah, let's try this configuration instead. So yeah, that was sad. But who knows? Maybe the lack of land is actually a blessing. I'll bring you back in a moment. Yep, we'll keep this. Assume they have a 1-mana removal spell here, but yep. I can do this all day. And it seems so can they, but I don't want it again. No, I'm happy to keep everything in my hand again for the moment. So let's just play Kemba. Do your worst. Okay, so they're filtering through a lot of cards here, but they're still at least 2 turns from their combo. Wow, they are loving the hard cast Shark Typhoon at the moment. Sadly, I am going to have to disappoint you here. I admire it. I don't like it, but I admire it. Okay, have they got what they need? Okay, that's the start. Wow. Yes, they had to discard. They really didn't have to do that. Very strange. Yeah, it's all a bit weird. I'm confused. It looks like they've gone away with it anyway, but yeah. Yeah, that was... I don't know what... Anyway. Never mind. So there we are. That is Naya Equipment. So yeah, had some interesting games there. One win against Creativity, one loss, but we did beat Rakdos. So yeah, clearly got a deck with a little bit of game to it. The land mix may be a bit of a problem. We were often frustrated by our kind of lack of red or whatever it might have been. You know, it is quite a difficult mana base to get right, I think. There are a lot of low cost cards which are kind of require... Yeah, we have cards which require all 3 colours of mana right down the bottom of the curve, so that is challenging. But yeah, no, it's interesting. The swords did some good work, and yeah, so that's that. So thank you for watching. As always, do subscribe if you're enjoying the content, like, comment, tell me what you think of the deck, tell me other decks that you're playing in Explorer. If there are any you want me to see me try out, then let me know. And yeah, I will see you for the next one very soon. Thank you very much.